What up? That's utterly ridiculous. I've been in quarantine too long. Anyway, welcome to the first and possibly the last episode of The Quarantined Bartender. All right, now on today's episode, I want to teach you how to make the perfect old-fashioned. Now, that's what my girlfriend tells me, and I'm going to stick with that, so shut up. First things first, you need a glass, a rocks glass, and the fancy one that your friend Salvador dos Santos got you. Shout out to you. Next, you need ice. Now, none of that bullshit tiny pieces of ice. You want large chunks of ice. If you don't have large chunks of ice, you're missing out. If you don't have these cubes, though, you should probably hook up with one of these bad boys. It is a Death Star drink cube or whiskey cube, whatever you want to call it. Here's the downside to it. When you decide to make an old-fashioned right before this episode and drink that bad boy, you don't have any more of those ice balls for quite a while. So I've got a case of 8 squares. Next, we need simple syrup. Now, I made my own. You don't have to make your own, but you know, if you're fancy like me, you might as well make your own. Brown sugar simple syrup. Mwah. All right, so next ingredient, bitters. Now, there's a lot of ways that I think I know how to say this word. Angostura, bitters. You need aromatic bitters. And you can have flavored bitters too, but damn it, regular bitters is the champ. Next, and the most important, is you need a bourbon whiskey. Do not judge me on this bourbon whiskey. This bad boy, when the quarantine started, had me panic buying liquor, just in case all this went down. And so this was cheap as hell, so back off haters. It's actually pretty tasty. Next, you need an orange. You want to get those little oil pockets and sprayed into that old-fashioned at the very end, give it a nice citrusy taste. You know, the only way to really do that though is with a peeler, and I unfortunately only have a knife, so I'm gonna be skilled and not cut my fucking finger off and use a knife. And then the last thing that you need, forgot it. You need a stir spoon. But guess what? I don't have that. So you know what I'm gonna use? My fucking finger, like a champion. And yes, I wash these hands. All right, let's get to this. First things first, we need to get a chunk of ice. Fucking chunk of ice out of there. Pretty easy, right? There's no real process in this, but this is how I like to do it. Next, I like to get my simple syrup in there. Traditionally, it's about a half an ounce of simple syrup. Now, for anyone who wants to sit here and watch this video and argue with me and say, oh no, it's an ounce or less or whatever, I don't care. I'm just making it old-fashioned that I like. Now, boom. That's about a half an ounce, but you know what? We'll put a little more in there because this shit's tasty. Next, I like to put my bitters. Now, once again, a traditional recipe will call for 3 dashes, but I like to go 4 because it gives it an almost cinnamony flavor. No, but for real though, it's pretty damn tasty. Try 4, I promise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close that off. You don't want to get the shit on your clothes though, it stains. Helps you with your tummy though if you got an upset stomach. Next, bourbon whiskey. All right, now, traditional recipe calls for 2 ounces, but guess what? I'm gonna use how much I want. I didn't say that right, but I'm gonna use how much I want. But I'm not gonna go too much because it's gonna affect the flavor, so look at that, we'll say 2.5 ounces. All right, now, little not safe for work here. You're gonna watch me finger the shit out of this drink, and hope you enjoy it. You wanna give that a nice stir. Just around, make sure that ice twists, get the rim nice and wet, stirred, thorough, you gotta be thorough, for about 15 seconds, and then you might wanna give up. Kidding. I didn't wanna make that sexual because it's a little weird to watch. Next, we're gonna go ahead and last, pray for me please. I don't cut my damn thumb off. Gotta get that orange zest in this bad boy. Got our, oh, by the way, the reason you want to stir those bitters in there, you want to stir that for 15 seconds, you really want these things to blend, but you don't want to shake and bruise your bourbon. Don't bruise it. Don't shake an old-fashioned. It's despicable. Anyway, stir that shit. Last, we're gonna, not too thick and not too thin. If it's too thin, you're not gonna get enough. You don't have enough girth. But you don't want it too thick either. Then you can't get that oil zest out. This got weird real quick. But you know what, we're going for it. So we're gonna do it medium. We're gonna do it medium. We're gonna keep going, we're gonna peel that bad boy. For all you who grew up with the grandmother who peeled potatoes with a knife, you got a new appreciation for that shit, don't you? Let's hope for it. If it's too deep, we're gonna see the internal parts of this. If it's too thin, you're gonna feel it. But let's see. Actually, that's pretty damn good. Look at that. It's got a little bit of the rind, the white on it, not too. I hate doing it with a knife. And I didn't cut my finger off. All right, now here's the most important part. You know when you like squeeze like a little pocket of anything and it bursts like be gross like a zit or a water balloon, whatever fancies you. You want to, like this. You want to pinch that shit in half, but you want to do it quickly and it's going to pop all those little oil things. You're going to see a little spritz on top of your old fashioned. That's oil. That's essential oils. Natural. Anyway, ready? Ooh, you hear that little tink? Ooh, I didn't get a third one. I got two little tinks, two little squirts. Anyway, we're gonna take this with the remaining oil and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna massage the rim of this glass and we're gonna turn it as we go. Because you know what? Who doesn't like a little orange oil in every nice sip? It's like a Guinness. You want to get a little bit of that little foam at the top with every sip. Anyway, that, my friends, is the perfect old-fashioned in your quarantine stay. If you don't have these ingredients, well, you just don't deserve one. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go enjoy this by myself because no one else is fucking here. Cheers.